Hello? This thing on? How are you guys gonna start the hype train and the stream isn't even started up? No. Don't mind me and my fruit getting fruity. I got some. Oh, I'm not on camera. I got some subs to thank. Hang on, just a second. Goodness, I'm gonna speed run this. What do we got? Kevin Sight, who when I was reading it during the countdown, I had a little speck of dust and it looked like an accent, and I thought it was Cavancite, but that was a lot, and then it turned out to just be dust. Also, those Walrus had a 10-month resub. Cupcake Chaos with a 5-month resub. I'm gonna read messages, but not like out loud, if that makes sense. But just so you know, I am seeing them. X Parantua, thanks for the 2-month resub. Countess Potato with 17 months. Rion, thanks for the 10-month resub. Happy to see you again. Adelius, thanks for the 3-month resub. This train got going. Vin84 with a 3-month resub. New Dig Stream. Eurus with a 20-month resub. Shovel Mage with 21 months. You're making my sub feed move like chat. How are you doing this? Vox and Theory with a 6-month resub. Hope new apartment's treating you well. Keyboard, thanks for the 20-month resub. Sam Walton with some bits. Let me see if I can find him. They're here somewhere. They said, hey, thank you. I think, yeah. Hey, Sam. Cupcake Chaos gave out 10 gift subs. Goodness, thank you very, very much. Also, Messafrex with some bits. Bits. I really wish bits would go to the activity feed. I can see how many there. Oh, there it is. There it is with the Party 100. Juicy Fruit with a 9-month resub. Cathali with a 2-month resub, or 2 months in advance. Triangle Tofu with 18 months. Cordy with 21 months. Heart of Scotland with a brand new sub. Welcome. Shells with a 22-month resub. Happy Friday, Hazel. Legal Nerd with an 11-month resub. Good luck in your new apartment. Tobili giving out a gift sub. Thunderbrew with some bits. Kramus with a 7-month. Issei with a 6 months. Hazel, aw shucks. Shisanti with a 5 months in advance. Nick Dinosaur with a 6-month resub. Playfair James with an 8-month resub. I'm scrolling. Enrico Sleepo with a gift, or a brand new sub rather. Welcome to the Scroll Squad. Off center. Overkiller Games with a 9-month resub, and Patrick with a 9-month resub. Thank you very, very much. All right. Goodness. Bananas indeed. Okay. So, hello. It's working. That's good. I recorded a news video this morning, and when I was editing it, which I have found that I've done already, which has never happened. I think it's been like a year since I've had a news video edited before the Friday stream, but I'm just a different woman now. Echo, there is an echo, but it's not awful, and it's going to get better once I get the rest of my stuff in. Raging Nebula, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Scroll Squad. Also, Savalina, thanks for giving it the 5 gift subs. Congrats on the apartment. Please tell me it's gigantic. It is. I wasn't trying to get a bigger apartment, but I did get a bigger apartment. It's just the way it worked out. Support you. Where'd you get the Moonkin plushie? They had them at BlizzCon last year, and I missed it at BlizzCon, and then they showed up again later. They showed up again later on the gear store. I don't know if they still have them up. They might. Always worth a look. Teacups are so cute. Looks like Japanese ones. This one is from China, but I do have another one that's a very similar white teacup with a pink floral print that is from Japan. Did you claim your bananas? I don't mean to be pretentious, but I've already had bananas. I had bananas before. I had bananas before it was cool. Named Bananas King Kong. What tea are you drinking? I made some jasmine green tea. Kira is not here yet. Kira is not here. She is coming. I'm getting her tomorrow. I wanted to get all of the moving and packing and unpacking done before I moved the cat, so that when she gets here, she can have like a nice first impression of like a nice quiet place where things are like put away and I'm not like clonking and dragging furniture around and stuff. So she's not here yet, but I'm gonna go get her tomorrow along with the plants. The canvases, they're still at the old place, but I'm gonna pick them up tomorrow afternoon. And cat stuff, of course. Team B, thank you for the 17-month resub. Did I thank Savalina for 5 gift subs? I don't know if I did. Thank you. Also, El Bardo with a 20-month resub. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Hazel and chat. New place. Apocalypse Cow giving out some gift subs. Thank you. Tedward with a 2-month resub. Little Bear with a 15 months. Snow Day Games with a 10 months. Happy 10 months. You guys are unreal. Tori's Dead with a 7-month resub. Hey, Hazel, hope you're well. It has been a wild, wild week. I have never been this. It's been so long since I have been this busy, but like I'm getting stuff done. Internet went in real smooth today. That was good. I was not expecting them to have to come into the place, but then they did. I don't know if it's just they didn't trust me to do it, but after seeing what he did, I'm glad they did it because they ripped out like a bunch of equipment and then like he replaced the ONT and a bunch of stuff that I would not have been able to do because all I have is a manual screwdriver and it's not very good. It's kind of like thick, like it's a standard Phillips head screwdriver, but like it's kind of, I guess it's cheap because it tends to strip screws. I need to replace my screwdriver. Jimmy, thank you for the 8-month resub. Hazel, hope everything has gone as smoothly as possible. Also, Vil Dustin with a brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Yeah, best of familiar things. Yeah, I moved her tree. It's on the other side of the shelf back that way. Despite the fact that her tree is it's not falling apart, but it's fairly far from new, and I've been meaning to replace it for her, but I decided not to replace it and to move the old one because I want to have familiar things here for her to recognize. How is sleeping in a twin XL bed? Totally fine. Totally fine. I sleep like a baby. I fit good. It fits good. It's a fairly small room. I have 2 bedrooms here. I have made the larger one into my office, my workspace, and I'm like real thrilled with that. And then the smaller one, because my bedroom is just like my bed, and then I put a nightstand there. And eventually I will get a dresser in there. I decided to do, I had one of those big heavy IKEA dressers that like falls on children and kills them. And I didn't want that anymore, both because I'd seen the documentary about the children and was very sad, and because it was like big and dark and heavy, and I just didn't need that much space. So I downsized some of my clothes, and then I just brought them all over in like a big basket. And I'm gonna get one of those fabric dressers, kind of like the wiggly shelf that my printer sits on. I figure fabric bins like that'll be fine for my clothes. I don't have that much, so I've ordered one of those. But until it gets here, my clothing is in fact in a pile on the floor. That is my dresser right now is a pile on my floor. Want to hug the moonkin? Abelito, thank you very much for the $100 tip. Goodness gracious, golly gee, thank you very, very, very much. Derailed the train. Hazel, I got AOTC last night. Was so happy. What are you going to be up to? Except Brian Gratz. I don't know yet. I'm going to play WoW. Fridays are usually variety, but I wanted to do something familiar for my first stream. I want to revisit for a second the $100 tip. I feel like I owe about 4 more thank yous. Goodness, thank you. That's awesome. I am going to give the same thing that I said before, which is that I'm going to be okay and you guys don't have to do stuff like that. I'm also not going to say no right now. I'm fine, but I'm also going to be here doing some work. Kalthos, thank you for the 2 months in advance. McTaser, thanks for the 15 months. Time flies. Thanks so much for your videos and streams. Also, we had Chew12 with a 3-month resub. Love you and your content. And then Tolove had, or Tolove Bad. I always see that and my brain recorrects it to, or rearranges it to Tovlo, and that's probably not what it's about, but thanks for the bits. Nordic Sorcerer with a 4-month resub, a third of a year. Also, Teeter Jenkins with a brand new sub. Foo with a brand new sub, and then Rotoyo giving it 5 gift subs. Kind of impressive how quickly, while you're set up, I would still have stuff in boxes. I have here, I should start just like running around just so I'm in WoW. I was gonna, actually, when I logged in today, I had a mount in my bags. Apparently, I don't know when I accepted the mission, but one of the mission table mounts that I had sent out, I must have gotten it because I have a mount in my bags. I didn't learn it yet because I wanted to do that on stream and share my special moment with somebody. But I have a mount in my bags. Yeah, everything is out of boxes. I'm bringing over some more stuff tomorrow, but it's mostly bigger things like the plants and stuff that won't take a lot of unboxing. I still feel like I have way more stuff than I thought I had. I thought I was such a minimalist and I only had things that I use. I had so much stuff. Like I've been nonstop moving stuff. Part of the reason why I'm unpacked is I didn't really get boxes. I got 1 box and then it was a box I already had from the last time I moved. And aside from that, I just took like my suitcases and luggage and I would go over there and I would fill it up and I would bring it back and I would dump it on the floor and I would go over there and I would fill it up, bring it back, dump it on the floor, and then I had to put stuff away because it was in a pile on my living room floor and I cannot live like that. River, thanks for the 3-month resub. Hey Hazel, love your content. Hope you settle down nicely. Cheers. Also, Comic Book Rican with a 9-month resub. Thank you for being awesome. Aw, shucks. Also, Zateri with a 2-month resub. But yeah, I got, which one did I get? I think it was the Gorm. Yeah, I got a Dark Warren hard shell. So let's take a look at this thing. Just housewarming mount. Dark Warren. Oh, it's purple. My unexpectedly the Spine Maw Gorm, the Spine Maw Glade Chewer, the yellow one, has been like my favorite mount so far, but these are nicer colors for sure. Peekaloo, thanks for the 2 months in advance. Thanks for all you do. We're all here for you. Aw, shucks, Nick. Best thing about being busy, you get your mind off stuff. I have been staying busy. There's just so much to do. Eventually, I'm going to run out of stuff to do, and the plan at that point is to revisit my my love of making videos, because I'm going to both want to stay busy, and because I like it, and because it's my job, and because moving is not cheap. And I just want to make sure I'm staying on top of my bills. I'm not in danger of not being on top of my bills. I want to be very clear. I'm not trying to play that game, but I just, it's a good idea to keep going. Game Time Chumps, thanks for the 5-month resub. I hope you enjoy your new apartment and new neighborhood. Oh, that's the notification from earlier. I wonder why that one's so delayed. Also, Zelina the Wicked with an 11-month resub. Hope you're doing good. I made a second Disc Priest to roll Kyrian because I need to rock the Wing Cloaks. Plus, Boon is fun in dungeons. You are probably better than me at Boon in dungeons. I cannot. I just forget. I just save it for the next key every single time. Yeah, WoW posters are going to go up there. I just haven't brought them over yet. I didn't have room last time. Okay, I am scooting ahead. I'm scooting ahead. Oh, I'm skipping a lot of chat. Am I quiet? Here, I'll turn it up a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. Testing. Turn it up more? It does seem... Why is it quieter? Oh, you know what I bet I did? I mean, this seems fine. This should work. But I betcha when I move the mixer, I probably whittle the boop, need some Moonkin chatbot action. Upsides of moving is decluttering. I did get rid of a bunch of stuff. I donated a car full of stuff. There was probably another 2 or 3 bags worth of stuff that just didn't work anymore, that was just like trash or like recycling. And I still had like 4 or 5 car trips worth of stuff for one. I am one lady. Although I am one lady with like a lot of tech stuff. I would say a lot of it was just like, computer and cables and desks and cameras, and it like doesn't seem like that much when it's all set up, but when you unplug everything and you wrap all the cables and I have a hard time. I like to talk about how I'm not that sentimental and I don't hang on to stuff, but I do kind of hang on to extra tech equipment because I always need it. There's like, whenever I hang on to like an old, I don't know, like a scarf, and I'm like, well, this is kind of a nice scarf, but I also have another scarf. And also, I rarely wear scarves, and it's, I donate the scarf and I never think about it again. But every now and then, something with my setup for streaming and for videos just breaks. And for the last like 2 years or so, I've always had a backup because I keep old stuff. An example of that would be, you may notice that my camera doesn't look great. There's a couple reasons for that. One reason is that I don't have my curtains hung yet, so my lighting is very uneven, so I'm kind of blown out on this side, but that's fine. The second reason is that this is not my nice camera. The good news is my computer made it, my monitors made it, my microphone made it. I sound pretty good. There's a little bit of an echo, but that'll be fine once I get the canvases and the curtains up, hopefully. Those are things that made it. My lights are good. The furniture is all in one piece. That's good, right? My lenses are okay. My tablets and stuff are fine. My nice camera is not. It's my A7 III. It's so stupid. I'm gonna take myself out for a really cute day out at the camera repair shop. Maybe get myself some bubble tea. Here's what I did. I was setting up my desk. Last night, I was setting up my desk, which is fairly involved. Even with only 2 monitors, there's still, lights and cameras and microphone, and then speakers, and then Stream Deck, and audio mixer and video mixer. Like, there's just a lot of stuff here. So I'm like laying it all out, plugging it all in. I had transported the things separately from the power cables and from the data cables because I figured can figure out, like, I wanted to wrap them all individually. I didn't want to just bring like a nest of cables. And that was fine, right? But, so I'm like, unwrapping and unplugging and setting up power cables. And I set up the camera. I get it all mounted. I plug in the way I usually plug into my A7 III is with 3 cables. One of them is HDMI that goes through my Blackmagic video mixer to my PC. It's like a capture card. That's fine. Second one is USB power. It doesn't actually run off USB power, but it requires USB power to be in order for it to not auto turn off. And then the third cable is a dummy battery, which is how it actually gets power. Now, the dummy battery cable is in 2 parts, right? You've got the part that connects to the battery that's got like one of those little circular AC adapters. And some of you may be able to tell where this is going. And then the other half plugs into that and then goes into an AC adapter, like easy, right? For some reason, I had transported that cable in 2 parts because I had just left the bottom dummy battery mounted in the camera because that end of the cable is like this long. And then I had wrapped the rest of the cable separately, thrown it in with the other cables. My stream lights, my key lights, also have a power cable that comes out separately. And as it happens, the size of the AC adapter for my key lights is identical to the one of my camera. And I hadn't realized that at any point in my life until now. And what I had done is I was setting up my camera and I plugged the dummy battery into the wrong AC adapter. I didn't even notice until I went to plug in the second key light. And I'm like, wait a minute, this one isn't right. I plugged it into the wrong one and it must have fried it because it will not turn on. I tried different batteries. I tried charging the batteries. I tried turning it off and on. I tried hard resetting. Nothing. I toasted it. And it's like, it's one of the most expensive pieces of my kit and it's fine. Relative to the other things going on in my life, it's fine. It sucks, but everything else mostly made it. So that's okay. There's other things that could have been worse that could have went wrong that didn't. But what I'm going to do is I found a camera repair shop. I'm going to take it in next time I have some time to see how much it's going to be to fix it. But I think I'm also going to replace it. And then if I both replace and repair it, then I have a backup of the nice camera to either use for like Instagram photos or like filming around the place. Because when I set up a stream camera, it's kind of like locked in. You can take it out, but it's a real pain in the butt. So I may end up with 2 because stuff happens. Valheim, apparently, you can play just fine offline. I think I knew that, but I found that out the other night. Okay, I'm catching up. Repair outing. Bubble tea, yeah, I fried it. There was no smoke. I just didn't notice until it wouldn't turn on. It's not the battery. I have batteries. I tried it with all of my batteries. It was a dummy battery that was plugged in. I'm pretty sure I popped the motherboard, which would be like a $700 repair. But for like a $2,000 camera body, that's like kind of worth. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm going to talk to the repair shop and see what they think, but I bet you that's what happened. Pave low, thank you. Oh, I got to catch up. Hang on, let me look. K Jexter had a 2-month resub, thank you. Dan Can Do TV with a 5-month resub. Atel Kazoo with a 10-month resub. Maru with a 22-month resub, almost 2 years. That's a lot of pasta. Moberry Pie with a 4-month resub, 4 months down, many more to go. I want to say you're awesome. Aw, shucks. And then Pavlo with a 10-month and Bama Boy with a 11-month resub. Loving the new place. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's fine in the grand scheme of things. Like when I say that worse things could have gone wrong, I could have crashed my car. Came a little close once, but for the most, I haven't crashed my car. Nobody's broken in. I haven't suffered any life-threatening injuries. That would have been bad. I haven't had a gas explosion. I'm learning how to use my gas range and I'm like really scared. I do need to see a doctor, but it's not urgent. I'm gonna give it a little bit and make sure it's not. I need to give it a bit and see if it improves. Rig Sticks, thank you for the bits. Oh, what camera is it? It's an A7 III. Yeah, no, I'll be okay. I remember the gas stove anxiety from living in the US. I'm gonna just look around for shards, I think. I've never had, also, anima. I need anima. I've never had a gas range before. And because I've never had a gas range before, I am unclear on whether some things are like normal for it and I'm just being, like scared, or if it's actually broken and I should have them fix it. Because I understand that I should not mess around with natural gas. This is not something to be cavalier with because it's dangerous. I know what gas smells like, and that's the problem, is, so like here, the stove has you got 4 knobs, right, on the top of the range. Maybe some of you have a gas stove and can help me with this. You got 4 knobs, right? And then you turn it and it goes to a light setting. And then once it's on, you can turn it to like high, medium, low. That would be fine, except for the fact that you turn it on to light, nothing happens, you smell gas, and you go, oh no, I'm going to die. And you turn it off, turn on a fan, and cry. So, but if you turn it and you keep turning all the way to high, then you get like a big whiff of gas, but it does turn on. It lights on its own, but not until I go past the light setting for all 4 burners, and that seems wrong. Serene Goose, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Chai Spiced Bun with a 500 bits. And then Blark with a 4-month resub. Is that normal? Make sure your pilot light is lit. So I crawled in this oven looking for the pilot light, like because I've never had one before, and I was Googling, I was like, what does a pilot light look like? I went into the oven, not like in, but I looked in the oven, and all I could see was the oven light and then the thermometer in there. I couldn't find a pilot light. The knobs are misconfigured. Yeah, maybe. Pilot light wand. So I did find, I heard, somebody had recommended to me before that you can do it, you can light your stove just with a lighter, and I have like a long electric candle. I have a long electric candle lighter. Apocalypse Cow with $100 tip, camera fund. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't gotta. You guys really don't have to. Thank you. Please don't feel like I'm just, please, but thank you. So I have an electric candle lighter, right? And I found that if I just turn it on to light and then I give it the little light, then it's on and it's fine, right? It's just that I can smell gas every time I try to turn it on. And I can't tell if that's like, am I supposed to be able to smell gas every time? I'm scared to try the oven, you know? If it's fine, okay, yeah. I should be able to raise the stovetop like a car hood. I tried, but I didn't try super hard. You can call the gas, have them check it out. Yeah, okay. Just turn it quick. That's probably what I'm going to do, is just turn it like, because the thing that gets me is you'd think it would go onto light and then put it onto low, but you have to go past high. It goes light and then high and then medium low. I guess that's probably normal for them. Okay, I won't worry about it too much then. I can get it on. I panicked this morning and didn't mess with it, so I was going to make myself oats on the stove, and then I gave up and I just had cold cereal instead. But I got it on for lunch. I made myself an iffy, well, it wasn't iffy grilled cheese, you know? It was a resourceful grilled cheese sandwich because I didn't have butter, but I did have olive oil. And I went to Target and I got myself like a pot and a pan. I got myself a single bowl. So I have a small bowl and a big bowl. I have 2 small plates. I have 1 big plate. And that's like my dishes. I guess I have a couple mugs and like 3 teacups, but I didn't want to bring like a ton of dishes because I am one lady. It takes me 6 minutes tops to wash my dishes. I'm just going to wash them after I use them. And then it'll never take me longer than 6 minutes to wash my dishes because I could wash every dish I own in 6 minutes. It's brilliant. I've never been somebody that put off, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been somebody that put off doing dishes. Okay, so this anima shard, there's kind of a lot of glare in here because of the sun. I have curtains that are coming either Saturday or Sunday or Monday. Everything that I've ordered should be here by Monday at the latest, I think, for curtains. But until then, it's a little bit of glare. We had Blarka with a 4-month resub, Heshling with a brand new sub, Mage Belden with some bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You get used to it? Okay, that is normal. Okay, whew. I will stop worrying about it then. Make sure the little covers. Okay. It smells like gas. Why not call tech? Turn it quick. American stove sounds strange. Most of the time, every place that I've lived before this has had an electric stove, which is fairly standard. This place just came with a natural gas range. There's also a gas fireplace, but it's in a place where I don't really have any seating, and I don't really want to get seating. I don't want to get furniture if I don't need it. And it does mean that some parts of the place look a little empty, but I would rather have it look empty than get stuff that's just there to fill the space and have me not sit in it. Like, how sad would it be to buy a chair that I never sit in? Nobody else lives here. Nobody's coming over. I am having no company. Nobody's allowed in here but me. And it's like vampire rules. I have to invite somebody in. So like when the fiber guy's coming over to install the fiber, they're allowed in because they're getting the internet, but like, or maintenance or something. But even maintenance, I had, did I tell you guys, I think I mentioned in my last stream that the crisper drawer, I think I need to get up on a tip of a small ledge, So I'm going to try to get up that rock. The fridge, you know, you got like crisper drawers in the bottom of the fridge. Put your fruits in there, put your veggies in there, low humidity, good stuff. I don't know where the accent's coming from. You get your veggies, they're crispy. One of them was just missing. One of them was just gone, right? Why? I don't know. I told maintenance about it, and they were like, yeah, cool, I'll come by and drop one off, which weirded me out because, first of all, where did it go? Second of all, how come you just have them ready? I figured I was prepared to have to wait for them to, like, order them from the fridge manufacturer. And then when he brought it over, he was like, yeah, it was in my shop. So I would give it a rinse before you put it back in. I'm like, okay. Why is this crisper drawer in your shop? It's not a device that requires repairs. It is a solid piece of acrylic plastic. I'm never gonna know. I am never gonna know. Yeah, if you smell gas and it's off, that's the problem. I have checked every time. I double check to make sure it's off like 5 times after I'm done cooking, because I'm just too young. I mean, there's no good age to die in a gas explosion, but I have made it through too many things for a gas explosion to be the thing that takes me out. Like, that's just rude, right? Mayo works too for grilled cheese. Put mayo on the bread instead of butter. I've heard that. I'm skeptical, but that's because I'm afraid of mayonnaise. I have learned to use it in some things. Am I ever gonna find this? I have gone so far from where I was going. I have learned to use mayonnaise in some things. I use mayo. I mostly mix it with other ingredients to make like sauces. So like one of them that I'll do is I'll press a clove of garlic. I almost said a loaf of garlic. I will press a clove of garlic, mayo, lemon juice, salt, pepper. Mix that up, and you're gonna get like a poor man's aioli. Not that it's that poor, it's got fresh garlic in it, but you know, a real chef will fight you on whether or not that qualifies as aioli, but it tastes basically like an aioli that you would get at a restaurant on a sandwich. You throw that on your burger, throw that in your bean burger, throw that in your sandwich, throw that on whatever you want. It's great. Or I will mix mayo with hot sauce, sriracha, and then maybe some extra chili powder, just a bunch of spicy stuff, just the red stuff, get that in there. And then make spicy mayo, and then you mix that with tuna, and you got yourself some spicy tuna. Cathalia, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Miss Oakley, giving out a gift sub. Oh, I'm doing myself a disservice by skipping around. Make Your Own Carrot had a 22-month resub, so happy to be with you this long. It's wild that we're almost at 2 years. We got Miss Oakley with a gift sub, Obi-Wan with a 7 months, Cathalia with a gift sub, Ulfgrim with a 9 months. Mayo Talk is what I log into. Also 9. And then Cedar Paw, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Okay, I'm gonna find at least one shard. Like, I'm happy to just sit here and talk all day. I've migrated. I've literally migrated to a different shard. That's not the one I was even going to. I'm going back to Sage Haven, and I'm gonna think more. I'm going to look at that spot on the map, and I'm gonna have myself a think. Get a microwave? I'm trying to avoid getting a microwave. I've always had a microwave. And there's a couple of people in my chat that are like, I've never had a microwave. And I kind of want to have that energy in my life. Or lack of microwave energy. I don't know. I'm not worried about microwaves. I think they're perfectly safe. I've always used them. But I think I can get away without one. And I'm never excited about what I've done with a microwave. I'm never happy that I've microwaved something. I've never microwaved something and then gone, oh yeah, that's the stuff. So what I'm going to try to do instead is get by with a toaster oven, because I also didn't bring my toaster. I figured I didn't bring the toaster, I did not bring the air fryer, I don't have a microwave, and I figured a toaster oven could kind of consolidate a lot of those things for making like I can make toast, I can do stuff that I would have done in the air fryer, like fries or like sweet potato fries in chunks and like, you know, toasty carrots and stuff like that. And then I also ordered a 3-quart Instant Pot, like one of those little Instant Pots, so that I can use like rice cooker and then also, you know, soups and lentils and beans and meal preppy kind of stuff. don't know where I'm going. And I'm going to try between those two things and then the gas stove of death. I'm going to try to just make do, because I'm just cooking for one. And the thing about cooking for one is that I am very understanding of what I'm going to eat. And by that I mean, I am not afraid to serve myself some weird food and call it dinner, you know? As long as I am meeting my nutritional needs and I'm not hungry, I am not too picky on what we're qualifying as dinner, because it's just me. So if I want to just have like 7 vegetables and like a bowl of beans, I'm just like, I don't need to tie it all together. I'm just going to put it in my big bowl and I'm going to eat it. Get some sauce in there. Oh boy. Paper plates, paper towels. I have paper towels, and the reason I keep paper towels is for, I don't mean no as in you shouldn't do it. I just mean for me, I have my one plate and I can just wash that. But then I keep paper towels around for pet messes, like if the cat throws up, or if somebody has an accident. I like using disposable cleaning supplies to clean it up so that I'm not like, wiping down the kitchen counter with a cloth and being like, is this that one? So for anything really gross, I will use paper towels. But then on the tip of a small ledge, start a prediction for whether I'll get any shards in this stream. We're half an hour in. Oh, I found it. Look, I'm playing a video game. Oh, well, now I have to get up there. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I was talking about paper towels. Yeah, so for pet messes and stuff. But for the most part, I like using. I need to get myself some cloth napkins. We have cloth napkins at the old place, but I left them behind. I'm gonna get myself some new ones because I don't need that many. And then I just throw those in with my laundry and reuse them. Although for now, until I get them, I ordered sushi for myself. There's a really good sushi place that's not too far from here. So I ordered sushi not last night, but the night before. And then it came with a bunch of paper napkins. And usually I just throw out paper napkins whenever they give them to me without using them because I had cloth ones and I liked those better. But I don't have them yet. So I've been using one singular napkin at a time to make use of this stash that I got with my sushi order. We had Elsie off with an 8-month resub, Deveni giving out a gift sub, Psycho Jump with a brand new sub, and Chicken with a brand new sub as well. Thank you. The glare fits the Bastion aesthetic, a fireplace fancy. I was talking the other day about how if there's ever, I'm unlikely to get into VR because of my tendency towards motion sickness, but if I was ever going to do VR in my life, it's got to be in this place because I have a wide open space and nothing else to really use it for. Although I forgot to have them move my TV. So I got movers, right? I moved most of my stuff, my small stuff, my PC, my mattress. I moved all that on my own. And there's a lot of stairs involved in this process. I won't say exactly how many, but there's a lot of stairs that got to go down. There's a lot of stairs that got to come up. There's a lot of stairs. No elevators, stairs. Steep stairs. So I moved a bunch of stuff myself, but when it came to stuff like this chair, I picked it up and I put it down and I went, I'm getting movers. Pixley, thank you very much for the $20 tip because you always need pizza money for the nights you don't want to cook. I got to figure out what pizza places are near here or how long it would take to get my favorite pizza place delivered because I can see, especially like if I get it I'm not saying if, it's arriving today, when my toaster oven arrives, I feel like that'll be really good for reheating leftover pizza. Also, we had Trixon with a brand new sub, Junatonka with an 8-month resub. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad to Trixon, and Morgwin with a 19-month resub. Happy to catch a stream. Happy to have you here. Ellisine, thank you very, very much for the $50 tip. Happy housewarming, buddy, to new adventures. Cheers. I'm having, so aside from, no, the camera thing was yesterday. The camera tragedy was yesterday. Today is not about the camera tragedy. Today is a good day. What did I do today? Today was internet. Today was recording and streaming for the first time in the new place, which is really exciting. I love this room. I can't wait until it's finished, but already so I don't want to sound spoiled. You don't need a lot of space. I was looking at studios. I could have made a studio work, but having different rooms, not big rooms, but rooms to kind of segment my stuff out in. So I'm not like, drowning in all sorts of before my office had my stuff, but it also had exercise equipment. It had my gardening supplies. It had my fish supplies. It had my tax paperwork. It had personal collectibles that were sentimental. It had just a lot of stuff going on in it. And here, my office is my office. I have my printer fits in here. That doesn't have to go in the living room. I have a separate space just for getting ready. I have a mirror to do my hair and makeup with. So I don't have to sit on the floor, the life. And it's just, I have different spaces. So I can come in here and I can get ready and I can do some work and some streams and make some content. And then I can, I've got the other place for winding down. I've got a nice little kitchen, little stool to perch on. Anonymous cheer with 5,000 bits. Goodness. Thank you very, very much. Get a carbon monoxide detector. The place has one. It was in the lease that the place had to have one. I'm so behind in chat. I am skipping ahead. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I need to see if there is a bits. Oh, no, if anonymous cheer. What kind of tea? Jasmine green. Pretty okay, office. I feel it. Do you feel it? I'm all aboard. Let's see. Did you move back to Canada? Not yet. I will one day, but I'm going to be here for a while. I would say minimum 4 months up to a year. We'll see. Well, it'll just depend on, I don't know what my future looks like yet. Kimmy Roeth had a $20 tip. All the love and support. You're an awesome person. Bring so much joy to your viewers' lives. Aw, shucks. Updated office tour? Yeah. When I get it all set up and I am satisfied with how I do it, with how I have it, I'm going to do that. I need to get the second PC in here first, and then I need to talk to them about what they want for the setup video, because I'm going to do dual PC. And I want to have the NZXT PC like on my desk. I was setting up this one and I was like, am I about to become one of those people that has my PC on my desk? Because with only 2 monitors, I can kind of wing it. I can kind of make it work. But then I was like, oh no, I'm going to have a second PC. So I have this one on the floor, and then I think I'm going to put that one on the desk, and then have the double PC setup for streaming. So one of them is encoding and streaming and like recording and stuff, and then the first one is just gaming. Andrew has retired. Andrew has been donated. We will miss him dearly, but I didn't need him. I did not need him. And he was kind of heavy. I was ruthless with the things that I got rid of. Okay, this one. On a ledge overlooking the path. So here's the path. There's a ledge. Yeah, so it should be on the left. There's a ledge up there, so I need to get up top. So I'm going to run this way and see if I can get up there. I may not get very many shards today. I am currently 36 of 50 towards the shard labor achievement for the Silver Wind Larian mount. Also, I should be riding around my new one. I want to ride around this guy. I want to ride around my new mount. Set favorite. Yeah, I may not get that many done today because I keep forgetting where I'm going. That is also a problem with having more different segmented spaces in my home, is that you know how there's like a documented tendency of the phenomenon where you walk into a room and you forget why you came into there? Something along the lines of your short-term memory being connected to the space. Not physically, literally, but like, I'm not a psychologist, but I remember reading something about how there is a reason why it's really common to walk into a room and then to forget why you did it. I have enough space, and this is the most first world problem, but like I keep forgetting what I came into a room for, like what I was going to do next, or like where I put down my water bottle. And I keep like I'll be like, okay, I am going to set up my PC, and then I will start doing that. And then I'll be like, oh, I need to do this. And I'll just be like, everything feels so important and urgent right now. Like it all feels like it's living on the same urgency level. And while I am keeping lists and writing things down to make sure that I do get through stuff and nothing slips through the cracks, I am not doing a good job of prioritizing, and I'm just doing things on a whatever I think of first basis. Airteeth1, big congrats on the 300K on YouTube. Why, thank you. I feel awful about it because I have not been posting very much content relative to what I know I'm capable of. But I will take it. Kira Sakura, thanks for the 7-month resub. Much love and support. Thank you. I left my apartment to take out my trash. I forgot the trash. Doorways are the new physical tab of life. I had to restrain myself from tweeting, like live tweeting my unpacking, because that's kind of obnoxious, and because my phone, I have put on it a limit to how much Twitter I can use in a day to make sure I like do other things. And I was out for the day yesterday, and I was like actually sticking to that limit. But I was unpacking stuff into my kitchen. And all I could think of is that figuring out where you want your stuff to go in the kitchen drawers is just key binding in real life. It's the exact same principles as key binding. You're trying to find the things that you use all the time, put them in the most comfortable spot, find things that you use less often, put them in less comfortable spots, find things that you almost never use but you need to have for storage, and then you stick them way in the back on a shelf that you can only reach with a stool. It's exactly like key binding. Jojo Fairy, thanks for the 3-month resub. Also Storm Pedal with a 2 months in advance and an 8-month resub. IRL key binding is so satisfying. I've been doing okay. I definitely have to keep opening drawers until I remember which one I put a thing in. And there's always like a couple little things that just, I don't know, they'll turn up eventually. I know I brought over my nail file. I have a glass nail file. This is not a valuable item. They're worth about $10. It's a Hello Taco one. I have a glass nail file, and eventually I'm gonna need it so I can fix my nails because goodness gracious, moving ruined them. I took off my nail polish and I worked on them a little bit today because they were shredded. But I need to find it eventually, and I've seen it here. I bet you it's adjacent to the laundry or the clothing mountain that it will exist until I get my dresser. I bet you it's somewhere in there, but it's not turning up. I did discover the electric lighter. I thought I had lost that, and I found it. But yeah, stuff will turn up eventually. On a ledge. Oh yeah, under a rock. Path to the south. Path to the south. Okay. Well, how south? Maybe like through these two stone things. It's Parvati. Thank you for the 12-month resub. Hugs. Thank you. I have to go. Have a nice day, everyone. Canceled my sub, so it lived through you, close to 9.1. Shift modifiers, the cabinet above the fridge. Yeah, the cabinet above the fridge. I can barely reach it, and I was like, this is a great place to put the moving paperwork that I will not need until I move out. I need to keep it. I need to keep the move out checklist and like the copy of the move in checklist, but I do not need to keep it anywhere close, and I will put it up there. And then I knew I was going to forget it, so I have a note on my phone, which is where I tell myself where I put things when I know I'm going to forget. So I have a note that like tells me where I put my passport, because next time I need my passport in like 5 years, I'm going to be like, oh, I don't remember where I put it, but my phone knows. And it's just important stuff that's small that I know I'm not going to remember because I don't go for it very often. It's like my birth certificate, stuff like that. Path to the south. So I was trying to get this way, and I found I couldn't do that. I am, just for the record, I understand that this farm for the shards is a lot easier on a Venthyr. It's easier on a Demon Hunter. There are toys that you can use to give yourself a vertical boost. There is the wing flare item, the Kyrian wings that you can use to give yourself a vertical boost. I am using none of them for no particular reason aside from the fact that I'm choosing suffering, and I'm kind of stubborn, and also I'm kind of having fun. I am not using those things. I am just using Priest Levitate and more time than I should. And that's my plan. Path to the... I've gone so far south. I've gone way too far south. There's no way this is the path. I'm gonna go up the path normally. Well, am I? Maybe I'm gonna go up this path. Oh, what's going on over here? Unstable memory. Oh, I should do that. There's a toy I need. Because that can spawn in different spots. Drag an unstable memory fragment into others to give it 10 stacks to turn into a rare. So if the rare is up, or if the event is up, should I do that? Where is it? Where'd it go? There's like a world quest here too. Is it downstairs? There's so much glare. I don't know. I can't see anything. I saw that you discovered the computers are a clown car for dust bunnies. Yeah, I think it's because my PC, like, I always dust the outside of it. That's my problem, is I would dust the outside of it, and then it has like some little click out filters, and I dust those maybe every 3 or 4 months. Not often, but like, you know, more than most people, I would assume. And in my head, I was like, great, I dusted it. All done. And it's been, I guess it had been like years since I'd actually gone ahead and, never mind. It had been years since I'd actually opened it up and gotten in there. And when I was moving my PC, I moved my PC by myself. I don't let other people touch my PC. I have experiences from which that policy has been born. I'm the only one who moves my PC. Even though I am a scrawny noodle lady, I can pick it up if I try, and I am the one who moves it, because at least if I drop it, then it was me. So I pick up my PC, and then I put it down, and I go, oh no, that's not going to work. It was so heavy. It's, for me, mind you, noodle lady. I have pretty strong legs. I walk for exercise, so I have reasonably strong legs. I'm not a lifter, but they are definitely the most capable part of my body. But then from the waist up, it's just paper clips. So I pick it up and I put it down and I go, nope, that's not happening, because there was like stairs, outdoor stairs, and it was windy, and I'm like, So I open it up and I take out the power supply because that was worth, I weighed it, it was like 14 pounds? No, that can't be right. I weighed it and it was a lot. I don't remember the number, but I took out the power supply because that was like heavy and easy to remove. And then I also took out the graphics card because it was heavy and because I was already in there. And with both of those things out of it, it was then light enough for me to kind of carry. So I moved it that way. But when I was like opening it up and digging all that stuff out, I realized there was like a good amount of dust in there. I was getting sneezy. Is the stream sponsored by NZXT? It sure is. If they broke, there'd be no forgiveness. It would have been unfortunate. It would have been survivable because I'm getting an NZXT PC. It's already been delivered. It just got delivered to the old place, and I'm not going back until tomorrow. So I'm gonna pick that up and bring it back tomorrow. Marin Ween, thank you very much for the 10-month resub. Oh, I gotta catch up a little bit. Very much appreciated. Tanner Rain had 1,000 bits. Thank you very, very, very much. Let me see if I can find it. Appreciate it. Dark Enforcer with a 12-month resub. Happy 1-year subiversary. Happy 12 months. Congrats on the move. Also, Cupcake Chaos gave out another gift sub. Thank you. And the same strong legs noodle arms. I keep thinking I should get into weightlifting. Yeah, I no longer have it, but I had a 20-pound dumbbell, and I used to do curls with that because it would help. It helped my arms a little bit, but it mostly helped my my wrists and my hands, and it helped me with the pain that I had from repetitive stress, right? Like from gaming with flimsy hands that are not genetically very strong. Every woman in my family has arthritis, and several of them have tendinitis. We are not born with good hands. So the weight helped me with that. But I feel like yoga is not a bad place to start because yoga, you don't need a lot of equipment to get started. There is free stuff on YouTube to follow. You can start with, or at least I'm starting with beginner stuff so that I'm taking it slow and doing it safe. And you can do it in your house so nobody has to look at you. I know I don't like people looking at me while I'm exercising. Gift card otter, thank you very much for the bits. Dumbbell did not make it. I looked at it, and first of all, it wasn't mine. That one predated me. And then second of all, I looked at it, and I'm like, this thing is deliberately heavy. I am not bringing that. I am not taking something that is deliberately heavy. If it's heavy on accident, fine. If it's heavy on purpose, no thank you. Loving the daylight in the new room. I am going to kill it. Don't get too attached. I am going to gut the daylight, especially because when I do get back to my usual camera, it does not account for exposure contrast very much. But yeah, the room in general has a good vibe. Evening, Hazel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. How is Katie? She's not coming over till, she seems fine, but she's not coming over till Saturday. I'm gonna go get her tomorrow. I'm just doing laps around this rock fixture. I think I decided that I didn't want to come up south, and I went up south from the other side, and I didn't see it, but I am getting distracted a lot. Missed the camera story. What happened? I accidentally, through a completely understandable mistake that nobody would judge me for, I accidentally connected it to the wrong AC adapter when the dummy battery was in, and I toasted it. I fried it. A lucky thing, I suppose, is that a lot of the value of a camera setup is in the lenses, and the lenses have to be fine, right? Like, they're not damaged or anything. It's the camera that won't turn on. So if I replace the body or I repair the body, then it's fine. It's just unfortunate. But, you know, we're using the backup camera, and the backup camera is fine. My backup camera is a Sony RX100 Mark V. I streamed with this for years. It's a great streaming camera because it's small. And it's like nice and wide angle, so you can be fairly close to it and still have it pick up more than just your nose hairs. It's just not, I'm just spoiled. I got used to the nice one. I wanted to make camera videos in 4K. I want the, you know, I spent all that money on the glass for it. I'm not going to give up on it now. Adventure Queer, thank you very, very much for the bits. Poor camera. I can't believe that's the thing that I broke. Like the computer made it. If you had seen, I'm so glad that nobody could see me struggling with my computer, because you guys would have been horrified to watch both the cavalierness with which I ripped out the power supply. Though, I mean, I unscrewed it and stuff, but I didn't like lay it down on a static-free flat surface. I just kind of grounded myself by touching metal every now and then and just got it done with my shoes on. And I also, you know, it was fairly big and I was just like grasping it as best as I could. And it was like raining and gusting winds. And I'm like teetering down the stairs with this thing. But I made it, you know, it got done. I forgot to have the movers. I had the movers do the furniture. I'm glad, based on how they treated the furniture, I'm glad I did not have the movers do the PC. I'm sure, like, they did a good job and nothing's broken, but I'm glad I moved my PC myself. But I forgot to have them do the TV. I have a TV there. It's like a 40 or a 50 inch, not a crazy TV, but you know, it's a reasonable. It's a flat screen TV. And it's a second one. There's two PCs or two TVs at the old place, so it's not even needed. And I was gonna bring it with me and set it up with the switch and stuff, but then I forgot to have the movers do it, and it's way too heavy for me to do on my own, and I don't want to ask for help. So I'm thinking, who needs TV? I have a computer. I have videos to work on. The Switch has a screen on it. I can still play Switch games on the screen. If I really want to watch Netflix, I have a laptop, I have a PC. How many pieces of technology does a woman need? How did your move go? Relatively smooth. It's felt like years, and it's not been, right? Like I got my lease, I'm pretty sure on Monday. I'm pretty sure I found the place, agreed to it, signed it all on Monday. And then I had the keys by Tuesday and I was like moving. It happened really fast, but it still feels like this week has been 10 years long. Every single day has felt like a saga in my life, with just how many things have been in them. I guess I'm getting to the harder ones. This one isn't, well, here, let's mark this one on my map, and I'm just going to give up and try a different one for now. 2 monitors right now. I'm down to 2 monitors. In the past, I've used 3. I do prefer 3 for streaming, but I'm not worried about it for now. I'll get back to 3 one day, but I think in this place, I'm not going monitor shopping. I can get by with 2, so I'm just going to do that. I paid the money for the TV, might as well use it. Yeah, but not only do I have to manage moving it in, but then when I eventually leave, I have to either sell it or have somebody donate it. Like, it's a lot of work on either end. And if I'm not going to use it, and it's just going to gather dust on a mantle, then that just seems like kind of a waste, right? Heard my name. Buy a new TV, have it delivered and set up. Yeah, I thought about that. Or I thought about just like going to a Best Buy and just looking for like a 32-inch TV, because that I could probably handle, and I don't need a big TV. I don't think I'm really going to be like curling up and watching movies, because one, that's not something I did very often anyways, and secondly, I don't have a couch, and I don't plan to get a couch. Same reasons. I didn't want to bring one in. I don't want to bring one out. I don't want to buy one and put it all together just to have to get rid of it in like a year. It just seems like a waste of money and time and lifting things, and my legs are tired. I have done so many stairs with heavy things that I'm at a point in my life now where I go up a stair, and every stair is just like, ow, 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 like they're tired. They're sore. The cruel irony is I'm gonna get like leg buff just in time for me to be done, and then all of my new muscles are gonna wither away because I don't actually need them. Chips and Salsa, thank you for the 6-month resub. Praying you're doing okay. I am okay. You don't gotta worry about me. Also, we had Gringer with a brand new sub. Thank you. And Areth with a 15-month resub. This is not Canada. No, this is America, but just me. And Balk with a bit. You gotta get a beanbag. You're not the only person to tell me that I need to get a beanbag. The shard that I gave up on, you need to follow the thin edge by the waterfall. This one? On a ledge under a rocky overhang path. Thin edge by a waterfall. Okay. I'm gonna go look around a little more. Sounds like Big Bang Theory, all the stairs. Yeah, it's going good though. I feel like it feels like a lot of work, but I think most of it's done now. And the nice thing is that I move something and then it's moved and then it's done. It feels really nice to put things away. And it's been really gratifying seeing the place come together as I get my stuff into it. Like, on one hand, I do have kind of a lot of stuff for one person, or at least it feels like it. But on the other hand, I think the place, it already looks a little empty downstairs. I did bring the little dining table and 2 chairs. I've moved 1 chair up here. It's currently back there with a WoW pillow on it. And then I kept the other one down there so I can like sit and eat downstairs and also like paint my nails, because I don't want to paint my nails at my desk. I could, but I like right now that my desk is for working. I don't mind bringing like a snack to my desk. I brought myself like fruit and like bowls of grapes and apples and stuff, and that's fine. But I want to eat meals not at my desk because I don't want to get it all like messy, you know. You don't need to hear me crunch. Yeah. So it's very tall and very skinny, right? Not very skinny. It's very tall and fairly skinny. So I am still connected to other places. I think I am still over top of another place, I think. But I don't think there's anybody up here above me. I think that I'm up top. Certainly the ceiling is quite high. But yeah, you've got a kitchen and stuff downstairs, but the office and my bedroom are up top. Putting my condo on the market, gonna be moving to a house pretty soon. I'm pretty picky about who touches my computer. Hopefully at the new place we'll have a gaming room separate from my bedroom. It is truly the life. It is really nice to have those places separated out. Okay, I was gonna go look for a waterfall. Separate place just for work. Let's go at the penthouse. It's a nice place. It's not insanely expensive. It is more expensive than the last place, but I qualified for it on my own, which was nice. I was really worried that I was gonna have to fight with places to be like, I promise I have a real job. Look, someone pays me. Someone pays me to do this, and like not have to explain it too much because I was just worried I guess I wouldn't get approved. But I sent over a tax return and some bank statements and they just gave me the apartment. It was real fast. How's your cat coping? She's gonna come over on Saturday. Hope everything's going well for me. We're doing okay. Okay, there was a waterfall. Okay, I found a waterfall. Thin ledge by the waterfall. Okay, so I found the waterfall. That's a good start. I'm glad you're officially recognized as having a regular income by apartments. It was surprisingly validating. I think I had been holding in my mind this idea that I am not yet even, like, I'm 28 years old. I am an adult. I am a full-fledged adult. But in my mind, I guess I wasn't all the way there, and that I was just, you're just doing a little hobby. You got a cute little side gig, you can't make it alone. And as it turns out, so far, doing okay. I'm sure there are things that are going to be difficult, but I think I can manage, and that's really important for me to at least know that I can. Okay. Will the news video be up tomorrow? Yes. It's already recorded. It's already edited. It's not long, mind you. There's not a lot of news. This week had the bananas goal being met. TBC beta started, and I didn't have a lot to say about it because I'm not playing TBC beta. And then also they removed some of the prepaid WoW time options. That was like it for news. So I did that, talked a little bit about the move, a couple questions, 7 minutes, in and out, done. It didn't take super long, but it is done. And I've never had such an easy time just sitting and getting stuff done before. I don't know if it's the new place. I don't know if it's a new energy. Maybe I just got used to being busy while moving. Maybe this will wear off and I will turn into a depressed lump crying on the floor. But so far, I'm feeling good and I'm getting stuff done. Okay, so skinny ledge by the waterfall. Path to the south. So I need to be on the other side of the... No, this is the waterfall. Is there another waterfall? Oh, there's another... Oh, I see water. I see water over there. Tannerine, thank you very, very much for the bits. Adore you and the light and positivity you bring. Don't forget to take care of yourself. I've been giving myself, that sounds weird. I have been having, I have a bathtub in this place, which is nice. I was prepared to end up with a bathroom that didn't have a tub. Not all places have them, but I got a tub. I Uber cleaned it because whoever cleaned this place before I got here did not do a great job, but it's fine. I can clean. I Omega cleaned it, and then I've been having Epsom salt baths because Epsom salts are pretty cheap and they're good for sore muscles, and it is so nice to just have a nice hot bath at the end of a hard day of moving. And also, I won't get into too many details because it is gross and nobody needs to hear too much about it, but it's nice to soak. I have a toe that I would like to keep, and it's doing its best to not. Moving has not been kind to my poor ingrown toe. I need to see a doctor. I'm gonna give it a while because I'm prone to ingrown nails, and I've had surgery on them before to try to fix it. And this one, I guess, is having that same problem recur. So I probably need another nail avulsion on it. and have them just do more next time. But I've taken so much of it out just in an attempt to make it stop hurting me while I walk that I don't think they'd have anything to even grip if they went in there right now. So I'm going to give it a few weeks and then find a doctor that can do it. I think that I don't think I have to go out of pocket yet, but I think even if I did, I would be okay. I can still afford it. See you, Nura. Thank you for the 2-month resub. Hope everything's going okay for you. Pretty all right. Toe thing aside, Lord I am RB with a brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Do not postpone seeing the doctor. I'm keeping an eye on it. If it starts to look infected, I will see a doctor immediately, but I'm keeping it clean. I'm disinfecting it. I'm watching it. I'm not gonna let it fall off. It's so sad. The poor thing. I don't usually, I think driving might be aggravating it a little bit, just a different amount of, or just wearing shoes more, I guess, because I've been out and about and stuff, but yeah. Personal experience, get it checked sooner rather than later. What'll happen if I get it checked later? I don't think the adult feeling ever really happens. Yeah, you might be right. I don't think I ever need to feel as though I am ready for like a green banker lamp and, a tie. Although I think that's more businessman and less grown up. In my mind, businessmen are grown ups and the rest of us are just pretending. And I know that's not true. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be ready for the green banker lamp unless I get really into antique furniture. But I do think that I can get to a place where I feel like I know how to do the things I need to do, and I know where to find out how to do things that I don't know, right? Like, you know what your resources are, and you have a grip on the stuff that has to happen all the time, so that when something comes up, you have a plan, or you know where to go to start to make a plan. And I think that something that's really important for me anyways, especially in terms of managing my anxiety, is making sure that I am cultivating this narrative about myself where I am somebody that can handle this, and I am somebody that can do this. And it's true. It's not a lie. It's absolutely true. I've done a lot of things and I've handled a lot of things in my life. I am capable. And reminding myself of that and putting things in context of the things I've already done, so that when something feels really impossible or scary or just undoable, you can look at that and go, no, it is doable. You've done X, Y, Z. You can do this. And then when you can do enough of those things, and I've been powering through them in the last couple of days, it starts to feel less scary. The studio does look real similar. The walls and the flooring are like identical. The wall, like I am convinced that once upon a time, somebody came to suburban Portland and like the 17 neighborhoods around Portland and just built up a bunch of strip housing all at once and just used the same stuff for all of it. That, or like some paint company has like a mega deal with all of the property development places, because all of these places look the same. I toured a couple of them. They all had these flooring and walls and stuff. Okay, so I see a waterfall on a ledge above the small waterfall. So that's a big waterfall. That's not it. On a ledge above the small waterfall. What about in here? There's a small waterfall. Okay. Oh yeah, I found this one. I saw it. That was the first one I saw on my stream, and then I was like, oh, I don't know how to get there. Because it's right there. If I had a leapy thing, then I could leap up, but failing a leapy thing, I need to jump from something. I tried to get up there and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I could jump from, no, I need to jump from this side, because otherwise that's going to cut me off. I had to get contracts for remodels, so all the buildings in the area have the same fixtures. Yeah, the shower heads and the taps and stuff are all the same as well. I'm thinking about replacing the shower head. I hear that's just like an unscrew, keep the old one so you can put it back when you move, but you just unscrew it, get a new one, not that much money, screw it on, have a nicer shower head. I don't think I'm gonna like do a lot of upgrades. I'm not replacing any of the lighting. I'm not doing like the taps or anything like that. I'm not staying here that long, but I do feel like it's probably worth it to do a little swap. This is the time I don't know how I live without my bed through door shadows. Yeah. The showers, they, you know how you have like a shower? Stunning explanations by Hazel. You got like the shower and that like showers, right? And then on the bottom, you have the tub filler, the faucet, and that fills the tub, right? And it usually has a little lever on it, and you pull the lever up, and then your shower's on and your faucet's off, and then when you turn it off, it falls, right? the way showers are. We're familiar with the concept, right? This shower, I'm assuming that maybe in different places in the world, the showers might be different, which is why I'm being so specific, because I don't know. I've never showered somewhere else. But this one, you pull the thing up, and then water comes out the shower, but like a lot of water is still coming out of the faucet, and no matter how hard you pull it up, there's like a lot of water still coming out the faucet, and then the water pressure is a little iffy from the shower. Like, you can do it, but it's kind of silly. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, I could ticket maintenance about it. I could ticket maintenance about a lot of things, but because of COVID, I don't want to get people in here unless it's like necessary. Bad gasket. Okay. Water chef. Major waste of water. Maintenance can fix it. Okay. If it's a fast fix, then I will add it to my list. I might save up one or two things and then talk to maintenance. They were super, super helpful. The maintenance guy was really nice. Which I appreciate. I've had some iffy experiences with maintenance before, so this seems good so far. Might be the shower cartridge. Okay. Okay, so I was trying to decide how to get up higher without using any kind of toy or anything like that, because all I need to do is just hop like across there. I guess I should try. Oh, there's a rock right here. I haven't really given this a good try. A Gorm doesn't feel like a great jumping mount. Obviously, they should all technically be the same like speed and stuff, but it doesn't seem like it gets a lot of air. I feel like I'm better at jumping off a horse. Because, yeah, I keep just, like, what is that? You see that? I'm, like, trying to jump. Yeah, it's not. Because if I could just get up there. Can I jump up this side? If there's a way for me to get up onto this rock, I bet I might be able to jump from this rock down to that rock with levitate. What if I jump up this side? No. I don't want to use any toys. I don't want to use the wing flare item. I want to use the tools available to my class by default, you know? Tiffany Darkwood, thank you for the 7-month resub. Hello, Hazel. Gosh, those 7 months flew by. Hope the move went well. Thank you. Also, Kalea with a 4-month resub. Thanks for keeping me company during lockdowns. Going back to work next week after 3 months, and it feels scary. I've heard a lot of places are starting to open up, especially as people start to get vaccinated. But yeah, I imagine that's gonna be weird. I do have horses. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but grab a plastic wraparound cover for your shower curtain rod. If they're rusty metal degraded plastic, I see. The curtain rod seemed okay. There are some minor cosmetic issues with like scuffed baseboards, or like the caulking might be a little bit cracked by the tub. And I took photos of those for them, just so they know that I didn't do it. But nothing that's the thing that I was most worried about, to be honest, with the stove, and I feel better about that now after talking to you guys. I think it's working fine, and I just need to get used to it. There's a lot of shower talk in the WoW community. Is there actually? Is this a meme I don't understand? I never want to work in an office ever again. I hate people. There is a lot to be said for working alone from home. Oh, no. I do sometimes miss the accountability and the camaraderie and just the general intangible benefit of seeing other people and making like meaningless small talk with them once in a while. I do miss that. Not much, but I think even as a shy person that doesn't like talking all that much, I did get some benefit from just being around other people in a retail job the last time I had one, which was, mind you, a long time ago. But yeah, I can make do. Natural light looks lovely. Hope the move went well. Thank you. As pretty decent so far. I'm gonna be adjusting the light. I don't think this is the forever setup, but I'm glad it's working for now. This is Venetian blinds, and they're not great at blocking light. They do okay. I think that it's gonna be important for me to get. That can't be right. Oh, it's because the sun's on it. I have a little thermometer. I have these little guys, and I keep it just to keep an eye on the temperature in different rooms, and it thinks it's 86 degrees, and it's warm in here with the sun, but it is not 86 degrees. There's no way. I am wearing a sweatshirt. I would be sweating bullets if it was 86. I'm drinking tea. There's no way. So I want to see what it actually is. Camera quality is insane. Aw, Shucks. This is my this is my backup camera, my nice camera. I had a moving accident and I was feeling bad about it, so thank you. Prefer chatting and talking with people remotely. Don't have to worry about how I look or deal with other people's bad habits. One coworker has wild hands, waves them in your face as he talks. Oh, yeah. I really like that. I'm gonna get up this thing. Watch me get up to the top rock and have that not be the way there. I like that when I'm working from home, and I when I say working, I mean content creation, and I'm not gonna try and pretend it's a hard job, but I appreciate that I get to engage with other people on a self-serve basis. I can decide when I check my email, when I check my messages, when I stream, and I can interact with other people on my schedule, so I'm prepared for it. Because I think something that used to be a big source of my social anxiety was like unexpected stuff. You know, somebody has an unexpected request for you, or they tell you something that you just weren't ready to hear just yet. And I schedule basically all of my interaction now, so that I will go offline for a couple hours and work on something that I had planned, and then I know when I'm gonna talk to people and check for messages and stuff. Plans are tomorrow. This is my backup camera. This is my old stream camera. My main camera had a little power accident. Camera breakage, no movies without casualties. I am just really lucky that I have backups. Like, I have this camera, and if this one had broken, I have the Logitech Brio, and if that one had broken, I have a C920. I have backups on backups for, like, and the same thing with, like, I have a microphone. I also brought a second microphone. It is a microphone I still need to make a review of, but, like, I do have an extra, and it's because of stuff like this. Like, when something happens, I don't want to have to, like, cancel 4 days of streams until I can get a new piece of kit, so I'm glad that I at least had backups. It sucks that it broke. It's expensive. But it's okay. It'll be all right. I made it up there once. I know I can do it. I did it before. I must have. So here, let's inspect the side. You have, this seems too steep. I've tried to do that. That seems too steep. This surface, maybe, but this surface I think might be the move. Let's see. Zalo, thank you very, very much for the tip. You're an amazing person. Best friend, love you dearly. Take care of yourself. Keep being you. Thank you very, very, very much for the support. I would, as kindly as I can, reiterate this, or not, state on record that streaming, and it is a parasocial relationship. I don't want to be too nitpicky about it. I just want you guys to understand that I am here to chat, and chat means a lot to me. Oh, I did it. But it's not the same category of friendship that you might have with your own personal friends from work and from WoW and stuff. And I would never want to replace one of them because it's not quite the same thing. But I do appreciate the support. Yeah, I'm going to bring the camera to a repair shop. I looked into sending it out for repair, but it was going to be like $150 in shipping with no indication of when I was going to get it back and no indication of how much it would cost to fix. So I would rather just like bring it to a place, slap it on a counter, explain my tragic story to the person, and find out what they think I should do. I am unfortunately trying to tell you guys that I am not your best friend. I am happy to be a regular streamer and a place to be, and a figure in a community. I cannot be your best friend. Best friends should be there for each other, and I can be here on my stream as I have publicly prescribed, but like I'm not available in a one-on-one capacity. This is my job. Most places will send it out. Yeah, I want to talk to somebody and find out. People are real life friends. What's that like? Yeah, for sure. There's different levels of it. I have some friends that I know just online, and then I have friends that I had from in person that I keep up with online now. And then I have like my family. Not that many people, but enough people. Okay, so now that I've made it up here, I think I'm about to find out that there's not really a ton of room. Like all I can really do is, that's never going to make it. Even if I had levitated that, it's like barely higher. I don't think that that jump was the deal anyways. It was a fun jump to make, but it's not where I was going. I need to get up here. So it's on a ledge above the waterfall. Maybe if I just try just jumping up the side, will that work? Can I just do this? I've made it like part of the way. This seems to be a bit of a sticking point. So let's like maybe get under it. No, that won't work. Asmongold recorded a video discussing the dynamic of parasocial relationships recently. It's fascinating. I haven't seen the video, but I am glad that the topic is getting more coverage because I think it's something that people in streams and in streaming communities and streamers should all be aware of, just for everybody's like mental and emotional health and safety. It's because there's weird fine lines, and it's sometimes can be difficult to address those things as a streamer, and you're going to see more larger streamers doing it because they have more security. Because the last thing that a small streamer who just got their very first viewer, that, you know, maybe just got their very first sub, wants to do is tell them, you're not my friend, please calm down. Like, they're within their boundaries to tell them that, and maybe they should, but when you're brand new and you're starting out, it's very hard to establish boundaries like that, and it's difficult to balance out why they're necessary. We have, let me catch up. We had Tiffany with a 7-month resub. 7 months flew by. Oh, I think I read that one. Anari Freya with a 17-month resub. 17 months. Glad to be able to hang out with you lovely folks and our fearless squirrel leader. Also, Peppy LePew with a brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. And Pillow Juggler with a brand new sub. Thank you. See streamers as entertainers, like listening to a podcast. Yeah, exactly. It's a weird fine line, and everybody's going to have different comfort levels for where they establish it. There are streamers that will be friends with viewers, and there's places where that line gets blurred. For my own health and sanity, and for the safety of everybody involved, I keep relatively strict boundaries about it because it just makes it more comfortable. Like, I really hate having misunderstandings with people, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I gave them the wrong impression. And it's very easy when you are naturally a person that's very afraid of hurting people's feelings. It's easy to come off as too friendly and to give the wrong impression. And it's not that I don't want to be friendly. I just want to be clear, you know. Fine distinction. And yeah, because there's money involved, that is the other thing that makes it kind of strange, is that you don't want to get in a situation where you have somebody convinced that you are their friend, and they've discovered that the only way that they can get their friend's attention is by paying them. Like, if that was a real friendship, that's a pretty bad friend. If you have a friend and they will only talk to you when you take them out to eat, for example, or give them money, and then when you call them any other time and they won't talk to you, that's not a very good friend. But like, if you go to, and this is not an exact comparison, but if you go to an Arby's and they only give you sandwiches when you give them money, but they won't talk to you when, you know, you're having a problem with your dog, that's because that's an Arby's. It's more obvious when it's a fast food place than it is when it is a streamer. But that's the gist of it, right? Avani, thank you for the 6-month resub. Husband has a friend exactly like that. Yeah, I know they're around. I know they're out there. It turned into much more than expected. All right, I don't know how to get to this. I do not know how to get to this shard. It says on a ledge above the small waterfall. It is at approximately 3724. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the achievement on Wowhead, and I am going to try to figure out if there's any further notes about this particular shard that might help me. So if I open up this and I go to the comments, and I'm looking for the one that's approximately 3725-ish. 37-ish, 37, 38, 25. Okay, ledge above the waterfall. Oh, there's a video. Okay, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to mute it, and I'm going to watch it. Okay. This is a video. I'm not putting it on stream, but there's a video from WoW Quests. It's got 1 million views. I cannot be the only person. Oh, this for all the shards. I see. So we're going to that one. Okay. So they're currently on the... We going to the right place? Okay. I'm going to go up there. This might be for a different shard, honestly. But I'm just going to go there for now. And then see, I may have found the wrong shard. Oh no, I lost all my chat windows. This is the 2 monitor struggle. What are your favorite RPGs right now? Valheim's an RPG, right? I am in love with Valheim. Valheim works offline, which is very nice when you're waiting for your internet to get set up. Hope you are having a fantastic Friday. Where else do you get your dog therapy if not at Arby's? Do you ever find it hard to make and keep friends as an adult? My 2 best friends seem to not want to ever talk to me on the phone anymore, let alone respond to texts. Make and keep friends. Yeah, it's tough because, you know, not everybody's going to be on the same page about whether they're up for making or keeping friends. I am usually the friend that kind of I am very bad at keeping up with my friends. I will miss messages, or I'll forget messages, or I'll just read a message and I can't decide what to say, and I get nervous, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I close it, and then I forget about it, and then I remember it 6 months later, and then I go, oh. I am that person. I think that making a friend, especially when it's in the early stages where you guys aren't sure if you are both the same amount of wanting to be friends, is about reciprocal engagement where you're both putting a relatively equal amount of energy into it. And I'm sure that's difficult. I haven't done it in a long time. I've started talking to a lamp that I bought when I was at Target, so I may not be a great reference. Okay, so I was going to go to, the stairs right here, and then I'm going to pull that video back up and see what they do, because otherwise I'm just running around for like an hour. Okay, so they're going, this may be for the wrong thing. Maybe it's okay. So I'm at these stairs. I'm looking at this thing. I'm going to turn around. Oh, I'm going to go up this way. Okay. And then up here, I would never have figured this out. And then around here, oh, it's dangerous to watch and drive your Gorm. And then we go around the side. No, I tripped. Okay, but at least I think I know how to get up there now. Okay. I was not looking in the right spot. Did you buy the talking lamp? Yeah, I was upset. Not upset, that's the wrong word. I was disappointed in whoever set up the what do they call them? The product layout. We used to, when I worked retail, there used to be, it wasn't my job, but people would do planograms where there are, you lay out certain products and you put other products near them so that you could have, just so it makes sense and so that people can get all the things that they need. I'm walking down the aisle and there is either a planogram or just somebody thought it was a good idea. There were some lamps. They were cute. They were small. I needed a cute small one for my bedside table and they were $10 and I was like, lit. Get it? And so I'm so dumb. So I get the lamp, right? And I look in it and there's no bulb. And I'm like, I'm going to need a light bulb. And I look around the lamps and there's no light bulbs. And I spent another 25 minutes in that Target getting other stuff, but also trying to find the light bulbs. They should have put them by the lamps. If you want people to impulse buy a lamp and it doesn't come with a light bulb, stock some light bulbs by the lamp. What are you doing? I could have been out of there so much more quickly. You could have had a frictionless sale. Don't business people love things to be frictionless? I found the light bulbs and I found the right one and it was fine. My lamp works great. I'm going to plug it into a smart outlet because it's got one of those like clicky things that you have to like reach inside the lamp to do. And I like knock over the lamp whenever I try. Not because it's a difficult lamp to use, but because I have big hands and I don't look where I'm putting them. I've gone the wrong way again. So I'm just going to have it in a smart light bulb so I can tell my speaker to turn my lamp on and off. It's a bit of a dim way to lay that out. Target's plan is working. You were stuck there forever. Yeah, maybe that is the plan. I wouldn't put it past them. But I was this close to putting the lamp back on a shelf where it did not belong, and then just giving up on getting the lamp. Bought some other things looking for the bulb, perhaps. Yeah. I've been trying to make sure that I get all the things that I need, but without buying stuff that I don't need, and that's kind of a fine line, honestly, because it wasn't this path, was it? No, it was up here. It's kind of a fine line because, you know, when you're setting up a new kitchen, I didn't bring that much kitchen stuff. But also, I don't know what I'm cooking. Like, when I was looking at bringing stuff over, I'm like, hey, I might use the waffle iron. And then I was like, am I going to make myself waffles? I could. How often am I going to bother to make myself waffles? I only kind of like waffles. They're fine. But, you know, for just myself, I am just as happy having some oats or like some toast or something. I love toast. Toast is great. I'm going to have fancy toast instead. You know, like I don't need to bring something just for in case. I want to bring something for sure, for use all the time, right? So but I needed, you know, like a spatula or like a flipper, right? There's some things that you actually do end up needing. So I was trying to find that line of like which things are necessary and then which things are just kind of for sometimes. I talk to my TV when my Sens are on the ice. Sens. I'm imagining that's a hockey team based on the ice, but I'm not familiar with the team. So it could also be rugby. Or maybe you're just talking about watching your Senators and it's a politics thing. How was the internet installation? It was good. I was a little nervous about letting a grown man into my apartment, but that's kind of what you got to do. And at least he was a tech, right? Like he came out of the van that had the internet logo on it. And he did in fact install my internet, so that was okay. Ottawa has a hockey team called the Senators, or is it Sentinels? Sentinels would make more sense than Senators. Oh man. Cannot imagine having a microwave. I'm trying, like, I'll get one if it comes to it, but I'm gonna try and not have one. It is the Senators? That's hilarious. What's the mascot? Oh man, only really know the Leafs. Yeah, I only know a couple of hockey teams. I know the Red Wings, the Oilers, and the Canucks. Some guy in a suit. That's funny. Oh man. Okay, I am over my halfway point. I do need to get up and stretch and take a quick break. I am going to be right back. 1 minute. So usually what I do is I go large screen to get a large pet cam. I guess I'm going to do that anyways. The large screen is just a plushie right now because the cat's not here yet. But we're going to figure that out. So I will be. I need to figure out actually if my order was delivered. I'm getting my toaster oven delivered today, and I'm like kind of excited about it. I have not had a toaster oven. Well, first of all, I just have a thing for kitchen appliances. I like to pretend that I don't because it's like, oh, it's clutter on the counter, but like I love kitchen appliances. You like make food in fun ways. It's like easy bake oven for grown-ups. So fun. Okay, so it's not here yet, but it should be here tonight. Okay. I'm excited about that because I don't know, I'm gonna figure out stuff to make in it. I had one in the last time I lived alone was probably 10 years ago. What the short stint that I was going to school, university. It wasn't very long. It was like a semester, but I lived alone for like a half a year at that time. And that place did not have a microwave, but it just had like a hot plate and then a toaster oven. It didn't have like an oven. And I used to use that to make like, I don't know, 9 cookies or toast, or I don't know, small pizzas, I guess. I don't really remember what I made in it. And I feel as though 17-year-old Hazel, 17, 18-year-old Hazel that lived alone really did not make the best of her situation. She was struggling and going through a lot. And she was also 17, 18. She did not know very much yet. But I feel like she could have been a lot more adventurous with the food. She had options. I brought 2 WoW cookbooks. I donated the Overwatch cookbook because I found myself not really using it much. There weren't any recipes in there I found myself going back to, but the 2 WoW cookbooks were really good. I'm probably going to get the next WoW cookbook digitally, and then if I ever really want the Overwatch cookbook again, I'll just buy it again digitally because they can have all the money for that one. They make good cookbooks. At the bottom of the pond. Okay, easy. They should make easy bake ovens for adults. Barbie pink ones that work exactly the same way, only slightly better, right? It's just such a fun idea. In my mind, I'm like, ooh, I should make cupcakes for myself. But I'm kind of reluctant to both like make and buy dessert and junk food for myself. I've always been somebody that will never like order my own fries or something, but I will like have some if other people are getting them. Like, not that I will steal their fries, but like if other people are getting appetizers, I will pick something and I'll have it. But I'm usually, I have to follow the trend with that. And now that I'm just feeding me, I'm like, well, do I want to buy potato chips? I don't know. I don't want to not buy them if I want them. But if I don't really want them, then I shouldn't buy them because they're not healthy for me. You know, if I can get by just eating fruit, I should just eat fruit, right? So I'm trying to figure out what I even want to cook and what I even want to eat. And it might be different stuff. I don't know. Favorite kitchen thing is my coffee maker that links to Alexa. I can tell it to make coffee. I have a routine set so it brews a pot when I say good morning. There you go. I need to decide what my coffee life is going to be because, oh, I'm also only 10 shards away. I got to decide what my coffee life is going to be. I don't have a coffee maker. I didn't bring it. The coffee maker I used to use made a lot of coffee. The minimum amount was still like 3 times as much coffee as I drink in a day. And I don't want to make that much coffee and then just dump it out. That's silly. People talk about pour over coffee. I don't want to get into pods. I don't like pods, even if you're using reusable ones. They just look small and finicky and like a lot. And for the last couple of days, I've just been making tea like I used to. Like I didn't even start drinking coffee until a year or 2 ago. I've just been having tea. And if I can get away with that, I might just get away with that. I might not. I don't know. I'm gonna not get anything for a while. I think I'm just gonna let the concept percolate. I'm just gonna sleep on the idea for a few nights because I'm not against getting even just like a really small drip coffee maker. I don't want cold brew. If I'm gonna have coffee, I want it to be hot. I don't hate cold brew in the summer when it's like really hot and you just want caffeine. But generally speaking, in the morning, I'm not drinking cold coffee in the morning. I'm not doing it. I also left behind the Burr coffee grinder. It did a good job at grinding coffee, but I don't need to grind my own coffee. It's not worth it to me. It doesn't taste that much better that I need to own an extra appliance and make all that noise and I'll do all that extra work and stuff. Like people that are into coffee should do it. It is better. I don't care that much. I just don't care that much. So excited for your new apartment. Partner and I of 7 years didn't work out. I've been living alone for almost 4 years now. It's been a journey, but now, OMG, I absolutely love it. Oh, that's spooky. I think that we were living together about 7 years. Enough copy and you won't sleep on anything. True. Most coffees sell ready ground French press coffee too, so that always helps. I found that the pre-ground, at least with the Adventures Coffee Co. stuff, the pre-ground coffee that they were grinding was like as good as, like, I just think I'm not good at grinding coffee. Even with the Burr grinder, I don't have a lock on how much to grind it because I know it varies based on what you want and stuff, but I just don't care that much. It's okay. Great new audio, no echo at all. There is a little bit. I was recording earlier and there's a tiny bit of echo, but like it's not bad and I'm gonna fix it too. Like I don't have, I need to add blackout curtains and I need to add the canvases, and between those things, I'm sure that's gonna get it the rest of the way there. I think it definitely helps that this room has carpet. It was kind of gross carpet, mind you. I cleaned it. I got a lot of stuff out of it. It's clean now, which is nice. Carpet helps absorb sound, which is nice. I think I would always have a carpeted studio, even if the hardwood floors look nice, you know? On top of the stone archway. How am I going to get up there? Is it really low? I turned it up earlier. Here, let me take a look. Here, let me get myself safe. Let me take a look at the mixer. I might have moved something on the mixer last time when I was moving it. Testing 1 2 1 2. Giraffe, hippopotamus, zebras, octopus, cephalopods. Better? Any louder? Exactly the same? Mic sound is great. Oh, is the game sound loud? Oh, the game sound is low. That's fine. Okay, cool. Any post-processing? Yeah, I turned it up at the mixer a little bit. I turned it up on the mixer. Don't worry, that's just my bowl of apple pieces, of which I have 2 left. And I'm trying not to throw out food. I'm trying to eat food and not throw out food. When you're cooking and shopping for multiple people, it's almost understandable to throw out food because different people eat different things and you kind of lose track. But if I'm just buying food for myself, I should be able to eat the food that I buy for myself, right? There should be. Oh no, there is no game sound. I'm thinking I have it super loud. I never turned it on. My bad. I need to reconfigure. I need to take a day. Not a day. I need to take 20 minutes. Tops is all it would take. Reconfigure my OBS scenes to automatically toggle sounds with the different scenes. I used to have it done, and then for whatever reason, I don't know what I changed, but I broke a bunch of it, and I need to do it again. But like, you know, right now I have it so that if I switch to my chatting stream, like if I mute myself, and then I switch to this stream, it unmutes my mic, because for ages I would start my stream, I would switch from the countdown where I mute myself. I'm muted during the countdown, so you can't hear me like, I don't know, slurping tea, munching on apples. And then I would switch to this scene, and then I would be muted, and it would just be like a wall of Hazel muted. So I programmed it, and by programmed it, I mean added in an option in the user-friendly Stream Deck software. I don't do anything hard. And made it unmute when I do this. So I just need to go through and do that for everything else to make sure that I have sound on and off in the different channels for the different scenes, because I just haven't fixed it up in a while. I've got a lot of housekeeping to do. I was under the mistaken impression that this was a ramp that would go up to the top of that rock, and it's not. Somebody said something about this earlier. The ramp on the right side when you go into the court area. Go up the ramp that's near the cliff. So you go into the court area, ramp on the right side. Like here, maybe? I'm gonna go snoop around. I eat the food I buy for myself, but so does everyone else I live with. Missing food's been such a disappointment, but I think I do it like all the time. Yeah, especially like it's really like fresh stuff. It's tough. I'm trying to make a point of eating fresh things first. But you know, you want to get through everything. I also think what I'm going to try to do is not try to avoid getting groceries until I need not just one thing, but like a lot of stuff, so that I can like finish things that I have just because that's what I have handy, you know? So that I don't just end up with like a can of beans that has been sitting in my cupboard since 1991, that I bought just while I was buying other stuff that I never actually had a plan to use. Evening, love the Moonkin plush. getting into tea recently. Was wondering where you buy your tea from. Any suggestions on tea vendors online? It depends on what kind of tea that you want. I do have a couple different people I get tea from, although I haven't shopped for tea for a while because if you buy it in big enough bulk, it lasts a long time. It depends on what kind of tea. For my Chinese teas, which I like Chinese pu'er teas and also some black teas, I get those from Yunnan Sourcing. They ship out of China, which means shipping's not free and it takes a long time, but the tea is amazing and it's really fairly priced. I get bulk black teas that are just like blends, bulk black tea blends, so like my English breakfast tea, my Irish breakfast tea. I just get those from Stash. You can get like a pound bag of tea from either Stash's website or Amazon carries them as well. I just get like a big old bag, and that does me for like breakfast tea. I also like the Stash gunpowder green tea. I've just been drinking Stash tea lately. They're not like the loose leaf stuff. Their tea bags are fine, but they're like grocery store bag tea. Sorry, so in the courtyard on the right, ramp on the right. Their tea bags are fine, but the loose leaf from their website's where it's at. It's not going to blow your mind, but what I've been looking for lately is just like strong, good staples that are not like mind-blowingly fancy, but are also affordable so that you can like drink them without being like, oh no, this is like $10 worth of tea. I like tea, and therefore I drink a lot of it, and I don't want to be worried about it being expensive. So I like finding that balance of like affordable tea that's still like nice, you know? Yeah, I'm not planning on messing with the streaming hours or schedule. If I decide to, and it's possible that I do change things, I will let you guys know. But for now, I am keeping it the same. It is NZXT. I pronounce the letter as Z if I'm just talking about the letter, but in the context of the company, it is NZXT. Meal planning is a good thing, saves you a lot of money in the long run. Assam tea is the best tea. Tea is life. Have to try their loose leaf. Had Stash tea bags. They're so weak. Yeah. No, you want the loose leaves, and you want to use enough of it and have a infuser that it can really spread out in. That's another thing that I see happening sometimes. Is there's a lot of novelty tea infusers that are very small. They're very cute. You know, you get like little squirrels or little turtles or little like sloth that like hangs in the side of your cup, and they're adorable, but they're like this big. And if you have like a tea that is, especially one that has like wrapped leaves, it's not going to have any room to unfurl in there. And my understanding is that impacts the strength of the tea. I guess I don't know that for sure. I have not done any scientific testing, but I use like a big wide basket infuser, which also makes it easier to clean. Like my infuser just comes with the teapot. It's like a big basket. It's probably like 1.5 inches in diameter, and I can fit my dish brush in there, which makes it really easy. Like a bottle brush fits in really easy, so you can clean it really good. And also it sits in teapot, but it'll sit in the teacup or like in a mug. It works good. Also, this is exactly where I needed to go. Thank you. I think it was Lululemon that said this. The tiny infusers doesn't have room to steep properly. I hear Zed and immediately jump to any given zombie having game. Zombie having game. I know you're not a hardcore Classic player, but you or anyone on stream's opinion, the possibility of the Warp Stopper mount for TBC Classic. Yeah, I heard that there was going to be a promotional mount. I don't know, man. I'm surprised, I guess. I guess that WoW Classic was very much, especially when it started out, very much kind of like a, the idea was kind of, this is the time capsule, right? We are taking it back. We are being as accurate as possible. We will make changes only where absolutely necessary. And I feel like that has been relaxed a little bit as the game has progressed and as they've gotten a better handle on what the player base wants. This is just a vibe. I don't know anything, and I am very uninformed on the topic, so don't listen to me. But that's my vibe, is that I've seen a lot of comments when reading comment sections about promo mounts and stuff where, you know, they're releasing the Chinese New the Lunar New Year map, the Chinese New Year map, like Lucky Young, like the Ox, and then people are go, wait, why can't I get this in Classic? And while I understand why they can't get it in Classic, I think there is an appetite for promotional mounts in Classic, and I don't know I don't know if the people that think that it ruins the game are the majority. That's my vibe. I was told that you shouldn't clean the inside of teapots. an interesting take. I think there is some truth to it, or that you don't have to scrub out the inside of your teapot. But the thing is, there are different, you got me started now. So there are different types of teapots, and there are different ways that people use teapots. So for this teapot, am I gonna die? Nah. This teapot, this is like a catch-all teapot for me. It's the only one that I brought over so far. I might bring over one more, but I make black tea in this, I make green tea in this, I make herbal tea in this. I don't scrub it out, and it does have kind of a patina inside it, but I will rinse it in between, and it doesn't really carry a whole lot of flavor. However, and it's a glazed teapot, like it's a standard issue ceramic teapot. However, there are unglazed teapots. I forget the name of the clay, but it's like a whole thing. And the idea with the unglazed ones, and you could do this to some extent with a regular teapot, is that you pick one type of tea. You pick one type of tea. Some people even pick one particular like vendor of it or whatever. And you only make that tea in that teapot. And the idea there is that the flavor of that tea builds up in the teapot, and eventually you will make better tea and more deep and rich flavors of tea because of the infusion that has like seeped into your teapot, basically, especially with the unglazed clay, like it gets infused into the clay. And there's this notion, similar to cast iron pans, I suppose, of a well-seasoned teapot. That is not as much of a thing for most of them, but I also have never had any ill effects. As long as you don't let it stay wet, as long as you leave the lid off when it's drying, all I do is I make my tea and then I just rinse it out, swirl some water, dump it out, leave the lid off, and I've done that for years. Nothing grows in here. As long as if you leave tea in there too long, it'll grow something. But, ow, I'm gonna die. Ow, ow. Well, you're not very nice, are you? And she's an elite. Yeah, I think that it is overkill to scrub out your teapot, but there's no harm in doing it. And some people would probably think that I'm gross. I'm sure there are people that would look in my teapot and go, gross, but like as long as my tea tastes the same and it's not growing anything, I'm not too worried about it. For this crystal, I had to grab it before I died. What's your opinion on electric kettles? It's all I use. I've been told that I'm missing out. Electric kettles are all you use and you've been told you're missing out. Electric kettles are the way to go. They're so much faster than a stovetop kettle, and like they beep instead of screaming. That's better. I guess you could get an electric kettle that screams at you, but that would be unpleasant. Yeah, I have a Cuisinart electric kettle that I love to bits. It's a temperature programmable kettle because different types of tea will steep better at different temperatures. There are like the green and the white and the delicate teas will scald and they will taste bad if you steep them in boiling water. They have a lower optimal brewing temperature. So I have a teapot that will get to like 175 degrees for my green teas and 190 degrees for my oolong teas, and it's Fahrenheit, and then 200 degrees for my herbal teas, and then a full rolling 212 degree boil for my black teas. And it just does that with a programmable button. And I've used this thing 7 times a day for like 5 years, and it still does the job perfectly. I strongly recommend it. It's on my shop. But yeah, that's the only way to live. If that thing broke, I would buy another one instantly. I would see that it broke, I would make sure it was broken, and then I would pull up my phone and buy it again, because life-changing. Especially for people that like make tea a lot. Like I grew up with a stovetop kettle, and I grew up with a stovetop kettle. Hang on, I need to find, there it is, before that thing goes. And I used to make tea with it, but I would do it like once, maybe twice a day, because it would take a long time to do, and that whistle was shrill. Yeah. Oh, in the US, it's not so much that stovetop kettles are common, it's that a lot of people don't have a kettle. Not everybody, but on average, most people that I know and whose homes I've visited don't have a kettle. They'll have maybe a coffee maker of some kind, but they, generally speaking, don't make tea. Most of them. Some people do, it happens, but like a lot of people won't have an electric kettle, and they may or may not have a stovetop kettle. It just doesn't come up very much for them. But as a big tea person, I can't live that way. I almost died as well with my well-geared Holy Pally. She hits hard. Have I been scalding my green tea for all these years? It's worth a try. If you don't have a temperature programmable kettle, which I'm sure most people don't, you can also, I mean, if you have a thermometer, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just kind of wing it. You boil your water, but then you pour it into a cold teapot. You can pour it from a higher distance to give it more time to cool. And you can also just pour it and then give it like a minute before you add your tea to let the temperature fall off a little bit to drop those extra degrees. People will often, that care about tea but don't want to like get the extra fancy thing, will do it that way. They'll just boil water and then they'll chill it a little bit. They'll just let it cool down a little bit before they get into the green tea. But yeah, people will often scald it. If it tastes like really bitter, it's probably could be better. A lot of people I found that hate green tea have just never had good green tea. My old kettle only had one setting. As soon as it broke, I instantly bought a programmable one. I would do an on-off kettle before I did no kettle. I used to have one of those just like flat switch boil water, and I would take that over nothing. I have like a little one that's like that like squishes down. My squishy kettle that's for traveling, so I can make myself cups of tea and oats and stuff in my hotel rooms because, I don't know, I don't like leaving my room for breakfast. I have hotel breakfast anxiety. I can travel, I can navigate an airport alone, I can get on a plane by my own, no problem. I can navigate gates and customs and find my baggage and check into my hotel, and then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't know how breakfast works. What's up with that? I've just gone, like, it's also, you know, if it's included, that's one thing, but if it's not included, then I'm like, well, if I'm, the places where I never overcome my anxiety are places where my anxiety overlaps with frugalness. Like, if I can both avoid the thing I'm nervous about and also save money, then I can talk myself into it real easy. Like, if it's something that I know I'm avoiding just because I'm nervous, I'll make myself do it, so that, as long as it's like a normal thing that you should do, I'll make myself do it just so that I don't get more and more afraid of it. But if it's something that I'm like, I could live my life and never do this, and also it's expensive if I do it. So for example, bars. I'm not comfortable at bars. I will go out of my way to avoid ordering drinks at bars because I don't really know how. I'm uncomfortable with the whole thing. It's been explained to me many times before, but it makes me nervous, and it's not that important. There is no great benefit to my finances or health that will come from drinking at bars. So I've just decided I'm not gonna. It's fine. Eating out is another one, like fast food drive-thrus. I've done them before, but like I don't feel great about it, and I don't need to. I'll go home and make myself a vegetable sandwich, and I'll be better off for it. It's fine. Invisalign, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Oh, I gotta catch up on a couple. We had also Lemon Rusk, 30K with a 2-month resub, and then Kanushi with a 7-month resub. Hey there, Hazel. Hope you're having a good day, doing well with everything. I'm doing pretty good. I'm really happy about my new streaming room. I'm in love with the vibes. I can't wait until it's finished. As a Brit, the idea of a home without a kettle inspires horror. I nuke my water. Yeah, I've seen a lot. There's a fair amount of Americans that will heat water in their microwave for tea. And I would say it's better than living a life without any tea, but not by much. At the very least, if you can spare $15 and you can find not even $15. If you have no disposable income and you're boiling water in your microwave, and you would need like $10 maybe. Try a secondhand shop, try a thrift shop. People donate working appliances. See if you can find even just an on-off kettle. It'll be better. It'll be faster. You can also use it to make yourself some ramen and some instant oats. As things I used to do with my electric kettle. You'll have a good time. Okay, how many shards we got left? We're 42 of 50. I guess I should try to do these two just while I'm over here. And also while this world boss is up, there's going to be more people around. World boss and world quest. So there's going to be people around just working on these. So I should do it. My friend was telling me how she makes hot chocolate in the microwave. And I was frothing. See what you did there. I used to make hot chocolate. I will make in the microwave because, well, sometimes on the stove. Honestly, I don't drink hot chocolate that much anymore because tea is just a little less intensely sweet. But when I do make hot chocolate, I am not making it in water. I am making it in hot milk. I am taking my milk or oat milk or whatever, and I'm heating up that, and then I'm adding hot chocolate mix or cocoa or whatever to that. I don't want to, I am not about the thin stone column. I'm not about the watery hot chocolate life. So for that, I would, if I'm just heating a cup of milk, I'll do that in the microwave or on the stove, but generally on the microwave. Breakfast is hard. A lot of microwave problems come from using it at full power. Extra time, half power. Yeah, that's the move. That's how you do oats in the microwave. If you want to do oats and you don't want to bother with like, you want to do oats, you don't want to have to bother with, call them on the lower level. So do I want to go up to the upper level and then jump down? Where am I going with this one? I may never figure this one out, or at least not today. I guess if I zoom out really far, I can look around this way. This is nice. What's nice about having a really high zoom distance. Yeah. Steel cut oats, 1 part oats, 2 parts water, 5 minutes in the microwave at half power. And you know, throw some frozen fruit in there, slice up a banana when it's done. You having a good day. Get some chia seeds in there if you're feeling real fancy. You're having a good day. I'm in the wrong spot. That's wild because hotel breakfast is the best thing going. Glad to hear you're enjoying your new place. This area's so obnoxious to run through. Cheap new kettle's like 15 bucks, doesn't do more than heating water. Yeah, but if you're microwaving water. Do you have a water filter? I bought a Brita filter, and now I'm wondering if I needed to, because the water here actually tastes pretty good. But generally speaking, it's affordable enough to have just like a countertop charcoal Brita, just like a little pitcher, that I usually will keep one of those. I just feel better about drinking out of it. It doesn't necessarily make the water any healthier. It just kind of takes out some of the smells, really. Charcoal filters are mostly about absorbing odors. I have boiled eggs in my instant kettle. Works pretty well. Wow. With how hot our tap gets, I can make hot chocolate with it. This one is under? Under. Oh, like under here? Oh, that lower level. I thought maybe they were indicating. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. All right, okay. Oh, for a second, I thought I could just loot it. That would be nice. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. This is just so that I can lay down a raid marker. Right here. Let's use a different color. There's too much blue around here. Let me get like no. I'm not trying to make it match. Red. I need it to stand out. There we go. And then I'm gonna run back around to where I was. Big fan of using hot chocolate mix as creamer for coffee. Ooh, that's a good idea. A little homemade mocha action. Or mocha, depending on how you'd say it. Yeah, I gotta decide. I do enjoy a morning cup of coffee. Do I need it though? It's not that expensive to get a coffee maker. Like if I'm only like, what I really want is I want a cheap coffee maker that is just a drip coffee maker that makes drip coffee for like 1. I guess I could just get a 4 cup. I just need it to have a really small minimum amount. A lot of them will have minimum amounts of water that they can handle. And I need it to be like 5 ounces. I don't want pods. I don't want to mess with pour over. I'm not trying to French press anything. I am uncultured and coffee dumb, I suppose. I've always been happy with drip coffee. It's real easy to throw together. I don't have to learn anything new. And I just need to make like literally like 4 or 5 ounces of it. I don't drink all that much in the day. Oat milk is, I'm not non-dairy. I do consume dairy, but I will go out of my way to get oat milk for my coffee. My command table has stopped giving me pets mounts. Have I maxed it out? Quite possibly. You might have them all. There's only 4 mounts as I understand. I think 4 mounts, and then I'm not quite sure how many pets. Maybe 4. I miss options. Low calorie instant hot chocolate. Why is microwave and water bad? It's not like awful. It's just that it takes a long time. And if you're not careful and you do it for too long, you can superheat your water, which can be dangerous. If you've ever microwaved your water so long that it's gotten like kind of poppy and explodey, it's worth avoiding. You can get yourself into trouble that way. Learn that one the hard way. I am still partnered with Adventure Coffee. Get it, Mr. Coffee? I used to have one. I used to break the carafe, but maybe I'll be more gentle with it when it's just for me and I'm the only one here and I can't, like, maybe this one will last. Maybe I need to watch a YouTube video and figure out what on earth people mean when they say French press. If they wanted me to think that it was easy, they shouldn't have called it French. French makes it sound fancy, and fancy doesn't sound easy. You know? French press is so easy. Uh-huh. That's how they get you. Hair looks amazing. Why, thank you. I am, this area has a lot of dangerous mobs in it. I might do this. Get an espresso machine. I am not getting anything that is more than like $25 for this because I'm not bringing it with me. I'm going to have it for a year tops. I'm not going to resell it, so I'm going to use it for a year and I'm going to donate it or throw it out if I break it. That's the plan. So I don't want to invest in anything fancy or big because it's for like 13 months at the most, right? I'm not staying here forever and I'm not bringing much when I leave. So I'm out of mana. Oh no, I can't make it. I can't. Oh no, Boon of the Ascended. Boon of the Ascended, please. Oh, I should have done that way earlier. Boon can help save you sometimes. Vox Kratos, thank you for the 2-month resub. Also, we had Fallen Seeker with a 6-month resub. Pour grounds in, boiling water, wait a few minutes, press. But like with a drip machine, I press a button and then I can forget about it and go elsewhere and then go, oh yeah, I made coffee. Also, I need it to be very easy to clean. I assure you isn't fancy. I need it to be cleanable in like 25 seconds. You guys don't understand how lazy I am. Espresso machine is a hobby? Yeah. Get a scale. You guys don't understand how lazy I am. I also don't like super strong coffee. Yeah. Rinse it clean under a tap. I don't know. I just want like a little itty bitty baby. I want like a mini drip coffee maker and they're hard to find. Lazy, just buy the Starbucks cans? Get a butler? That lazy? Lazy and also cheap. Two things could be true. Electric kettle and a good brand of instant coffee. Instant coffee frightens me. I know there are areas in the world where instant coffee is the norm. I did bring the bread maker. I'm not sure if I should have, but I did bring it. I figured I could make myself some comfort bread. I do love bread. I don't have my bread flour yet. Tiny ones, 1 cup ones? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look around. I'll consider the French press thing. I need to watch some videos because I need to decide if I need to take a look at it. They tell you it's easy and then start giving you essays, but water coffee ratio is the best way to grind. Yeah, my standards are very low for coffee. I am somebody that is going to put a whole pack of the Splenda and like a 1/2 inch of oat milk into it, and it's going to taste the same to me. I am very, like, I can still tell the difference between like trash coffee and nice coffee, which is why I really like the adventurous stuff. The Ragnarost is really good, but I'm not going to pretend I'm doing anything overly fancy with it because I'm like super not. Okay, my raid marker is still there. Both of them are still there, actually. The trouble was I died. That's what the trouble was, is I died. That's what I've done. I don't want to, like, invite people to help me keep this clear because I'm going to feel bad every time I make the jump. So I could kill 1 mob at a time. Let me do... Ow! Let me do just this one. I can kill just 1 mob. I'm going to go into shadow form. Hey, excuse me! Where did you come from? Alright, let's power infusion. Let's void erupt. Let's vampiric embrace. Let's silence that. Let's Boon of the Ascended. We're going to dot them both up. If I could stack them, that would be better. Where did you come from? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Ah. All right, that you can do. That's fine. I can dispel that. I'm saving my interrupts for restore. That's probably what happened. They were probably healing. I wasn't really watching before. That's a pomegranate. I have a health pot somewhere. What else do I have? Gliders? 30 seconds. No, I'm not going to make it. Two would have been okay. I need to get the warrior down. And I need to save my interrupts. Nah, I'm out of cooldowns. I was going to say save interrupts for restore. I'm going to disperse. Because if I can fear, that's going to... Yeah, that's a huge heal, though. So I fear, and then I let it sit. I drink a mana potion? Oh, I don't think my health pot went off. Otherwise, that would have been on cooldown, wouldn't it? Maybe they're on separate cooldowns. Yeah, I think maybe they are, actually. If we can just get the warrior down. I have Boone back in 2 minutes. I'm not standing in that ring. I can't use power shadow or death. It's gonna kill me. It's a bad idea. No! I was so close! That's a tough one. Priest not having CCs. Yeah, I'm not spec'd ideally for this. I am, last word. Maybe I give up for today. CJ Mole, thanks for the 16-month resub. Good luck in the new apartment. Hope this all turns out good for you. Hope you're feeling the love for you from us all. Thank you very, very much. I have been overwhelmed by how kind people have been. Shadow Broma with a 7-month resub. Happy to have been absorbing your content for 7 months. Is there a Panera nearby? I think they have a coffee program. There is, I don't know about Panera. There's a Starbucks pretty close, although I think that's true of a lot of places. I want to try to keep the cost down though, which is funny from someone who just said that they want to replace the expensive camera that broke, but like, you know, until you fry them with a bad power cable, cameras are forever. Decent coffee routines, like setting up a stream. Back end work, but gets you out that way. It's easy every morning. Yeah, I just need to decide. I think the first thing I need to decide is if I even want to keep drinking coffee. I may just switch back to tea. If I do want to keep drinking coffee, then I need to figure out how I'm going to do it. Priorities? Yeah, it's also part of my work equipment. Now, to be fair, I could get away with this. I could just live my life like this. But I don't want to. I like the super sharp camera. It's nice. I was going to leave my character here, but maybe it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a better idea. I'm going to leave the character here and I'll think about it later. I am out of time for today. Also, there's a lot of light coming in here this time of day. Going through a large change in my life that's very similar, so it's encouraging. We're gonna be okay. We got this. I'm off the coffee wagon. I do miss it sometimes. I had a bad struggle with my anxiety. I had to step off the caffeine. It wasn't doing me any favors. Yeah. If I don't need it, then it would probably be better to get off it, but I'll see. I'll think about it. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. Normal stream time. I am on my normal stream schedule. I'm going to be doing more WoW. Maybe we can get some of these last difficult shards polished off and then figure out what the next grind is. We do still have that Fire Mage. We still have that Dark Iron Dwarf Fire Mage to get working on. I will be putting out a short news video tomorrow morning. That will be ready at the standard time, so keep an eye on my YouTube for that. Thank you guys omega much, so much for how kind and sweet and supportive you've all been. Also, Artist had a 5-month resub. Thank you. It means the world to me. I will be back tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.